This just in, there is a brand new prefab home model that I didn't know existed because up until now, it didn't. What we're looking at here is a prefab home that ships in 2 separate pieces, gets placed as 2 separate pieces, and then gets connected with a covered walkway. 2 separate units, more or less, making up a single home. Just when you thought you'd seen it all. The best part, for me anyway, is they're setting it not far from where I live. So I'm going to stop by and have a little chit chat with the co-founder Landon to find out what this is all about. Before I get to that, if you haven't guessed it by now, the home was built by Oxbox, who have been featured on the channel several times now, but this is definitely the most unique Oxbox build that I've seen to date. The home we're looking at today is based off the 240, so in a way I have tested this model, but it's also completely different. For those who haven't heard of Oxbox, they're a prefab home builder located on Vancouver Island with a line of homes ranging in size from 240 square feet up to 640 square feet. If you look at the Oxbox website, it says their spaces are built for rest, play, work, and sharing. It goes on to say that they create spaces that stun but do not distract, have open circulation, expansive glass, and intuitive details, all designed to reflect discerning taste. For example, a lot of their models are built with the optional pine tongue and groove walls and ceiling, and when you go into them, you can just tell that they care about what they're building. Simple as that. That's enough of that. Let's go see Landon and find out more about this new build. All right, I'm back with Landon. We're near Salmon Arm, BC. We're standing in front of something from Oxbox that I've never seen before. What are we looking at here?
Well, no one's ever seen it.
Okay, that's why.
This, people have seen it, but it's 2 of our Oxboxes. This is a standard Model 146.
Okay.
But this is a modified Model 240. It's got 3 extra feet of length and 2 extra feet of width, which is really special. And then you can kind of get a peek at this there's connectivity between the 2 structures with a breezeway. And that was just to create, make it 1 structure instead of 2 structures to be compliant with code for a residence.
Okay.
So now they can, it doesn't count as 2 structures on this huge property.
Gotcha.
This will behave as 1 because they're connected.
Okay, so it started out kind of as a workaround to make it code compliant, but I think it turned out something that we'll probably be seeing more of going forward.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
we were just talking about that with a client. Like, we were kind of like, oh, it's kind of a pain to have to do that, but the reality is now that we see it, it looks really good.
It does. Yeah, it definitely does.
It looks awesome.
So you guys got here Thursday afternoon. It's now Saturday afternoon. So in a little, well, in 2 days, I guess, you've landed this thing. What else has happened in that 48 hours?
Oh yeah, well, it's been full on. So we have a crew here of 3. Yeah, we showed up around noon on Thursday. We brought these over on the ferry Thursday morning. Okay. And yeah, we met the crane and the truck pulled in and the crane pulled in about 1 or 2 o'clock, landed them. And then that evening we just kind of got everything settled, got them bolted to the screw piles. And then, yeah, the last couple of days we ended up framing the connectors, this breezeway. Yeah. And then it had to be inspected on Friday afternoon. So we arranged to have an inspection for that so that we could then finish it completely. Okay. And then while we were doing that, the electrician was here and the plumbers were here and the gas fitters were here to just tie in the services. Perfect. So that the client can have this place activated for occupancy probably by Monday. Wow. So there's a lot going on.
That's fast. Yeah. Now you mentioned you've got them sitting on screw piles. This is kind of an opportunity that we get to look at what's underneath. What is the best or your favorite foundation type to put these on?
Well, it's a good question. We do love screw piles, but that's largely because they're pre-engineered. So they come with a schedule that just makes it simple for everybody. Yeah. Plus they're fairly economical and you're not pouring concrete. Concrete's just messy. And so this is definitely our favorite if we can do it. Okay. But the ground conditions dictate whether you can use screw piles. Yeah. And then our second option would be basically the same thing, but use concrete piles. Yeah. And the beauty of using concrete piles is you can get them way more accurate. Sometimes these move a little bit. Okay. Not much. These ones ended up being really good. Nice. So yeah, really happy with this. We just have to make sure the underside of our structures are fully sealed. Yeah. Just because it's going to stay like this, most likely.
Okay. Now, I am going to come back. You mentioned you're back in a couple weeks, so
Yeah.
maybe I'll come back when there's a little more landscaping and the insides are staged and whatnot. But maybe you could just touch on how each structure is going to be used, like what's going
Sure.
on in each side.
Yeah, great question. So this is a little summer residence.
Okay.
And it's a family of 5.
Yeah.
And so this structure here is for the parents.
Okay.
And there's a wall bed in there from Resource Furniture. Beautiful piece that functions as a sofa by day and then a bed by night.
Yeah.
And then there's the bathroom in the back portion of this structure, and there's a kitchen in there as well. This structure here, the 146, is for the kids. So there's big double bunk beds in here, like double mattress bunk beds. So they'll all be able to pile in there. And then the connection, the breezeway, is so that at night the kids can just bomb straight in through that door into the bathroom and not interrupt this sleeping quarters.
Oh,
So
okay.
that door there goes actually right into the bathroom, and that's for the kids, so they can use the washroom in the middle of the night.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it makes it really convenient. It actually turns into a really kind of nice space for a family that size.
Oh, that's awesome. That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I know you've got a ferry to catch, so I don't want to keep you much longer. Always good to see you. Thanks for letting me stop by, and I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Sounds good, brother.
All right, thanks. All right, let's break this down. First things first, the size of the main building is 3 feet longer and 2 feet wider than the original 240 that's listed on their website. The standard 240 is 24 feet 1 inch long by 9 foot 11 wide, meaning this custom build is 27 foot 1 inch long by nearly 13 feet wide for a footprint around 350 square feet. Combine that with the 146 in the second building, and we're looking at an overall footprint right around 500 square feet. Here's a look at the standard 240 plan. As you can see, it's a studio. It has a covered porch on the front. The living space, which doubles as the bedroom, takes up most of the plan. The kitchen is in the middle and the bathroom is at the back. Again, picture this only 3 feet longer and 2 feet wider. That extra 100 or so square feet is going to make a big difference to the overall feel of the space, without a doubt. If we hop over to the 146 floor plan, you'll see this is the perfect space for a bed or even a set of bunks. All in all, a cool custom build from Oxbox. Before I wrap this thing up, I am going to get into the pricing, but keep in mind prices can and usually do change, but will be accurate at the time of posting this video. The 146 has a starting price of 46,000 Canadian dollars, and the 240 with normal dimensions has a starting price of 98,000 Canadian dollars for a total starting price of 144,000 Canadian dollars for the buildings, if and only if they made no changes, added no options, and didn't customize, which isn't the case. However, it does give us a place to start. There you have it, folks, a build from Oxbox wetting our whistles on their ability to do custom work. That is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the interview. Always nice catching up with Landon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.